Fellow jokers, was good? Welcome to today's video. So we're gonna look at all the moments from Arirang promos and just have a good old time like we always do. But before that, before we do, can we talk about swim for a second? The way he starts this song, oh my god. Bro never disappoints. JK. Swim opening with Jikook. Yes, please. And thank you. Shut up. Shut up. Shut your mouth. What? What? I'm sorry. One more time. Did anybody go a little bit crazy when Jimin appeared on the screen like this? What? It's giving this. It's giving Jimin chest open at the airport. The way this man knows how to finish us. What? So when I saw him in swim, immediately I went back here. He looks good. Oh, the man knows. He knows what he's doing, y'all. He knows. Wait, before we go too far, let's take a moment to appreciate that she's back. The Queen Black and White is back. Come on. Round of applause. If you don't know who this is, get to knowing, because Jikookers, we are very glad to have her back. Okay? Feels good. Feels good. Anyways, back to Jimin and how amazing he looked. All begins. Also, guys, I apologize. I do have a cold, but the show must go on. And aside from how amazing he looked, how good does he sound? Guys, I literally, when I tell you, I had to play swim 4 times to figure out where Jimin is, because I had no idea that was him. Yes, he was on screen when he's singing, but my mind was like, did not register because he sounds so different. Man, he sounds incredible, bro. Like, he sounds so good. It's like, on this album, Jimin is trying to prove a point. Like, he has seen the aunties like saying that he can't sing, making all those edits about how he can't sing. Let me hear you say he can't sing now. After Arirang, let me hear you say he can't sing. Because Mofo brought it. He brought all of it. Yeah? He brought it for you and your sister, your brother, and your mother, and your father, and you. What? He sounds so good. That is Park motherfucking Jimin. Put some respect on his name from now on. Period. No, you guys. Huh? Okay. Psst. Come here. Jimin and Jungkook Arirang promo moments. Let's get it. Okay, my good people, starting us off is Satellite Jiyoung. Good old Satellite Ji. Or as I like to put it, Satellite Jikook. Because while we don't talk about a match, Jimin does it too. Okay? It's just that he's more subtle while his boyfriend is, well, not. Oh yeah, so Satellite Jiyoung moments in the Arirang promos are, just times when these two magnets can't stay away from each other. Let's get it. Because we have studied Jikook for a very, very long time, and we know that even in official pictures, they always find a way to come back to each other and stand next to each other. Like, yes, sometimes they're told where to stand, but if it's not an official, what's it called? I forget what it's called, but you know they have a way of standing where it's J-Hope, Jimin, RM, JK, uh, Jin, V, then Sugar, or Sugar, then V. You know the official lineup. Lineup, that's the what I'm looking for. If it's not the official lineup, then I think it's safe to say that Jikook ended up where they are on purpose. Like, they did that. And we know this because it's been years. And satellite Gion videos could be 3 hours, 5 hours long. We know this to be fact. So leave us alone. So yes, this counts. This counts. This also counts. My daughter just walking about. Never mind that. Yes, these also counts. Like I said, if it's not an official lineup, it counts. I love me some Jimin and Jungkook. I love me some Jikook. I love me some jungji. Yeah, baby. Jikook. I love them. Here, it's safe to say they ended up this way of their own doing. Okay, so this one might not have been their decision. This one, the album photo, is definitely, it wasn't their call. But I'll take it. I'm gonna take it, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm counting it. Yeah. Okay, so do you guys remember this? You know, Mimi's here. His man is all the way back there, right? God, I'm sorry. Jimmy looks so good. I'm not gonna be able to help myself this chapter. He looks so good. But I'm biased, so. But okay, moving on. Like, again, it's the same picture, just different angle. Jimin over here, his man over there. And then all of a sudden, boom. Like, what goes on? Somehow, some way, JK is behind Jimin. How that happened? I'll tell you how. Satellite Dion. Say it with me. Satellite Dion. Thank you. And again. And again. Guys, it is absolutely necessary that Jikook be next to each other, because if they're not, this is what happens. Mama and JK over here trying to break his neck, trying to look at Jimin when he's talking, and when he's not. But we can't blame him, because when Jimin is talking, a lot of the time he directs what he's saying at JK. So, you know, they can't help themselves. This is kind of. But yeah, they must always be next to each other, because if they're not, R.I.P. JK's neck. Okay, guys. I am very proud to say that this moment I clocked it myself. Thank you. I've not seen anybody else talk about it. I just saw it, and I've not seen it anywhere else. So you're only gonna find this on my video. So you're lucky to be watching this. Have you subscribed for more of stuff that you're not gonna find anywhere else? Hello. Okay, so notice how on this photo, Jikook are next to each other, right? This was the official picture from the Zayn interview on YouTube, which, by the way, was so good. This is the kind of interviewers that BTS need. People who actually know what they're talking about, have listened to their shit, and so their questions are not a waste of time. Who's your favorite collab? Kill me. So, moving on. You know, armies, we get a bit triggered. We get a bit triggered when some people interview in BTS and they haven't bothered to do their research. You know what I mean? So I think the Zayn did a really good job. And if you're the kind of person who has no time to watch 40-minute videos or whatever, I recommend watching this one anyway. It was nice. I enjoyed it. It was nice. Anyway, back to Jiyeon. So here they're seated together, right, on the official photo thumbnail. But during the entire interview, Jin was over there and JK was over here next to Sugar. Jikook were not next to each other. And here is how it happened.
What's up? Good to see you. What's going on?
Yeah, good to see you.
What's up, bro?
What's up?
Good to see you, bro.
What's up?
Good to see you. See ya.
Lot of people, a lot of people.
Great to meet you. Great to meet you.
Yep, you're not gonna find anybody else talking about this, but I saw this by myself as soon as the video started. So Jin was next to Jimin, and then when JK hugged the horse, he went and stood next to Jimin. So Jin is going back to his spot, and oops, it's taken by who? JK. And because Jin is used to it, he just goes and looked for another place, but JK notices that, you know, he's taking Jin's place, and so he moves to the other seat next to Sugar. But it's the fact that automatically, without thinking, JK immediately went to stand next to Jimin, because let's face it, he could have gone to stand on this side next to V and J-Hope, or he could have gone to stand next to Sugar, sit next to Sugar like he was supposed to, but automatically his legs moved him towards his bed, and Jin was left like, my guy. So yeah, oh my god, I love Settler Dion so much. Notice how they also came in together, right? JK behind Jimin.
Good to see you. See ya.
A lot of people.
Great to meet you.
So like we already talked about this sort of like Jikook moment. They chose to sit next to each other, and due to that we ended up with the following moments. Here they are looking at each other, because of course they are. Here was JK staring at Jimin for no reason, because Jimin was not the one talking, bro, but JK was just like,
아니 난 진짜 애들을 되게
JK. Imagine like being with a person for a long time, but still you can't stop staring at them and looking at them. Huh? Like, tell me you're whipped without telling me you're whipped, bro. Huh?
아니 난 진짜 애들을 되게
Pretty sure that's Jin talking, I think it's Jin. I don't know. Either way, it's not Jimin. So, JK, my guy, what are you doing?
당당합니까?
네, 아미 여러분들과 이제 눈을 마주할 때
멋지시네요.
머리카락이 정말 많이 자랐어요, 지민 씨.
거의 발모제 뿌린 거 아닌가 싶어요. 정말 빨리 자랐어요.
난 딴 것보다 시간이
Here was JK talking to Jimin and touching him, because why not? Do we expect anything less at this point?
넘기는데 아직도 영어를
하는 남자가 야 너희들 아직도 이러냐?
너네도 징하다 진짜.
야 진짜 한 명만 더 한 명만. 그래서 나름 공부도 하고 있는데 야 이게 나도
안 늘어요.
And then here was Jimin laughing and falling over, supporting himself on JK. To be fair, Jimin will laugh and fall on top of whoever's next to him, but we're here for Jikook moment, so. And as you can see here, at the corner, Jimin still has his hands on JK while he's laughing.
한 명만 더 한 명만. 그래서 나름 공부도 하고 있는데 야
나 그 영상 봤어. 왜 울어?
이러면서 울던데 너.
왜 울어? 슬퍼.
남주
Like we needed any more proof that they watch everything together. You know why? Because they live together. We knew. Like, I never elaborate when I say that, because I'm assuming we are all on the same page. Yes, they each have individual homes, but they have to keep up appearances. But I'm pretty sure they live together and they sleep together. I'm pretty sure this roommate JK has right now is preparing us for a time that's coming. When we're gonna hear goo 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 goo, we're gonna hear some sounds and we're gonna see some movements. We've already seen it. We've already seen some blonde hair movements already. We did an analysis and everybody was like, no, that's the roommate. That is the point. JK is not dumb. That is the point. We're being he's making us used to this roommate, and once we are acclimatized to JK having a roommate, plausible deniability. But I digress. Moving on. And that's them at the end of the live, doing their thing and looking so hot while they do it. Before we move on from this live completely, let's talk about this moment.
근데 진짜 지민 형이 겁나 웃겼잖아요.
그렇죠. 많이
나중에 알게 될 텐데.
다큐에 나옵니다. 저희 다큐에 앨범 제작기 다큐에.
Okay, so this moment is JK talking about how Jimin is seriously so funny in the documentary. He's seriously so funny. This is the same guy who was laughing at this.
나 27.
너 왜 이렇게 젊어 보이냐?
아니 난 딱 액면가랑 맞아 얼굴이.
나도 21 액면가 맞아.
형은 동안이잖아. 형 동안 아니야.
이거 받는다고 고맙지.
뭐라고?
너.
고맙다고? 고맙다고? 그렇게 봐주면 고맙지?
Please comment down below if you laugh as hard as JK. Or, you've seen this before, so you might not laugh as hard now. But when you first watched this, did you laugh this much?
아, 왜 이렇게 웃기냐, 형이. 진짜 이 프로그램에 형 때문에 산다. 진짜. 아.
I'll give JK this one. Okay, that was funny. I'll give JK. I don't know if it's funny as much as JK is laughing, but it was funny.
점프하면 하늘 나는 거 많은 거 아니야?
맞아.
이러면 하늘 나는 거.
아, 나는 형 소리 말아. 형 목소리가 왜 이렇게 웃기지 나는? 방금 한 거.
All our sense of humors are different, but JK and J-Hope are in the same group. So when you're watching these clips, trying to imagine, will J-Hope laugh as much as JK is laughing if he was the one here now? Yeah, that is how we're gonna gauge whether Jimin is this hilarious.
하는 거.
근데 딱 정확하지 않아? 이게 바다라고 생각해봐. 점프 되게 힘들 거야. 그럼 하늘.
I'm not sure that Jungkook understands that not everybody is whipped for Jimin as much as he is. I mean, okay, maybe we are, but he's on his own level. He's on his own category of whipped. Okay, remove us from the picture. Maybe I'm whipped for Jimin. We are definitely whipped for Jimin. So we are biased. So look at the members. Let's talk about the members. So JK does not understand that not all members are as whipped as he is when it comes to Jimin. So when he's going, oh, Jimin was so funny, this documentary. Yeah, JK, we'll find out. We'll find out. You cannot be trusted. You are not a trustable source. You're what do they say? You are an unreliable narrator when it comes to Jimin, eh? You can't be trusted. Also, the way he's pointing at Jimin like this when he's talking to Jimin, is it giving anybody else deja vu? This JK pointing at Jimin like this, it's giving when he was talking about his most memorable moment. His most memorable moment from the Tokyo trip. And if I remember correctly, because I'm not gonna play that video, right? We covered it recently. That's enough for the next maybe 2 years. We'll watch it again in 2 years. So his most memorable, oh my god, why can't I say this word? Memorable. I'm gonna say like a Kenyan. Memorable. Huh? His most memorable moment from Tokyo was Jimin on his phone till 5 a.m. Even if you guys remember, nobody else found that funny except him. Nobody found that, like, everybody was like, awkward crickets. We don't need to hash that moment out again. But him doing this, because that's what he was doing back then too. Like, I have that moment engraved in my brain, so I remember everything. And he had his finger like this, thumb pointing at Jimin, he's telling the story. So this is giving that. Like, JK, we ain't all whipped for Jimin like you. Members are not as whipped for Jimin as you are. Yeah? But we'll find out. Documentary is gonna come and we'll find out if Jimin is as funny as JK says. If J-Hope says Jimin is funny, I believe Jimin is one of the funniest members, if not the funniest. Like, he is hilarious. But sometimes JK laughs at things that are not funny. and you will find, like, if you have a crush or if you're in love with somebody or you like somebody, you will find yourself laughing at the minute, like, they do something and you find it so funny even though nobody else does. Whipped JK.
아직 어립니다. 창창합니다. 다음.
Like this joke Jimin made here, J-Hope laughed too, but JK laughed more. Other members, I guess they didn't find it that funny. It's funny. I thought he was funny, but my point still stands, eh? JK, Whipped. Guys, when this dropped, like we all clocked it. We all clocked it that was Jikook, because which other two members be like this? Eh? Which other two members be like this? Like, I mean, it's their thing, bro. It's not rocket science. They are the two members who love to do this. All members, like, they hug each other, whatever. But Jikook are on a whole other. Like, I dare you to find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can't count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I dare you to find 8 photos of two members, 8 selfies of two members doing this. You're not going to find it. Jikook are the ones who are notorious for posing like this. And so it's just amazing how in every universe, like, you know, even the people who make this stuff, they see it, right? Like, because they're not aunties and they're not overthinking things. They're just trying to portray the members the way that they are. And this is how Jikook are, right? So yeah, I absolutely loved it. What a great depiction of Jikook. Next, guys, we're gonna look at some sharing moments that Jikook has clocked. Like these rings. Obviously, this is not the first time Jikook are sharing rings or wearing similar rings or the same rings. Wow. Someone pointed out the shoes. I'm kind of inclined to agree, y'all. Like, yeah, those shoes, they do look the same. And even if they don't look the same, they do look similar, which I'm sure is the idea. Like I've said before, Jikook are always trying to make sure we associate them with each other. The necklaces too, even though they may not be the same, they look similar. They look the same to me, but to others they don't look the same. But none of that matters. The fact is, the fact is, if we even have to discuss if they're the same or not, just shows how similar they are. And they started this conversation, which again, I strongly believe was the point. Again, the clothes, like when you were watching the documentary trailer, like a lot of people thought Jimin was JK because of how similar he's like dressed, how similar to JK he's dressed. Like, oh my guy. Army's clocked the similar pants. People also clocked these pants. Oh yeah. Again, if they're not the same, they're similar. Like at first glance, it looks like they're the same. People used to argue with Jikookers all the time about this, but we saw ourselves with our own eyes in Are You Sure? They were buying a shirt or some t-shirt. They were in the supermarket, and JK specifically told Jimin, make sure you buy the same ones. So they wanted matching ones. Just like they were brushing their teeth in couple pajamas. Like, this is what they do. I love to see armies clocking it. By armies, I mean Jikookers, of course. I could be here all day because they do this a lot. So I'm just going to point out this one that we are absolutely obsessed with. Because there just ain't no denying this one. You can't deny it. Love to see it. Love to see it.
종국 울어?
Back to that GQ video where a new meme was created and caused by Jimin messing with JK. Love to see it. And again, like we already know, Jikook don't just have the same taste in what they wear and what they watch, but also what they listen to. So JK said On was was cool, and Jimin concurred it that On is the coolest. Next, we are gonna talk about this moment because, like OP here is pointing out, why are Jikook the only sleepy ones? It was from this video, like, my guy, look at everybody else and then look at Jikook. Why are they so tired? Did they not get any sleep? And if they didn't get any sleep, the question is why? What kept them up at night? If it's not your first time on this channel, then you know where I'm going with this. Where's my hairline? So yeah, I'm with OP here. Explain to me why these two are so tired and sleepy. Is this because the Jankonda is XL? Good question. One of the producers who worked on the album made a post on Instagram, and check out the order of which he thanked the members. He started with RM, then Jungkook, then Jimin, which automatically reminded me of Chris Martin shouting out the members before performing My Universe.
Everyone know what this means? This means you love BTS. Let's go, please, Will. Just like we do too. Here we go. Playing this for Jin, Jimin, Jungkook, J-Hope, V, RM, Sugar. Our brothers from other mothers. Yeah.
OMG, how hilarious is it that people who like have nothing to do with BTS, don't know them like that, don't know, their personal lives or anything. How funny is it when they associate Jikook with each other? Just goes on to show that they're always like they're so close that people can't help but put them together even when they're just talking about them. Okay, guys, can we talk about this picture? It seems like every once in a while a JK photo is gonna drop that sends us back here. Because, of course, like we already know the answer. We know that this is JK, but every time we see a photo that takes us closer and closer and closer to this, of course we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna bring it up. Like, I agree with OP, honestly. Like, this is a hill I am willing to die on. Those are JK's eyes. There is no two ways about it. Sorry, not sorry. That being said, JK did this on purpose. Like, he did this on purpose. This is the same guy who did DCF Tokyo, DCF Saipan, is the same guy who posted swim on Instagram and made sure Jimin was showing on the 13-second mark. The video JK posted is longer, but I shortened it for copyright reasons. The only part that matters is this one, where Jimin appears on the 13th second mark. Yeah, even I hadn't noticed that. But Jikookers are always keeping an eye out for the number 13. If you know, you know. So yeah, if he did that on purpose, then he definitely did this on purpose. Because he knew we was gonna end up here. The same guy who had this lollipop going from this to this. The exact shape of Jimin's. So yes, guys, that is the end of today's video. These are the moments that I managed to gather so far. If I find more, we'll be back right here. So thank you so much for stopping by, and you haven't subscribed, please do so and press the notification bell so that you know every time I post a new video. Thank you so much. See you in the next one. Oh, yes, I know we had the concert today, and I'll be coming up with those moments, of course. See you then.